but not quite yet. I was in a little situation last night that was a little bit irritating to me, as most situations are, in case you haven't noticed. Something I found a bit strange. We live in a pretty fast-paced world, you know. There never seems to be any time to do anything anymore. There are some things that happen that just seem to have no purpose but to waste time, and I don't understand why. Now here's the particular situation that I'm talking about. Last night, very late last night, I was driving home from Vera Coach's house. We had been recording vocals in his apartment, and all of us, the whole band, and Frank had to leave early for work, so it was my responsibility to drive Mr. St. John home. And we were on our way back from his house, and on the way back, there is a drawbridge, and they were raising the bridge. And it was actually the first time I'd seen that particular drawbridge raised. I figure, okay, this shouldn't take long. I raise up the bridge, boat goes through, they lower it back down. Here's what happens. The first two gates come down, one from either side, you know, that makes sense. Instead of a big long one, you have two from each direction. Then, another gate lowers on the other side of the drawbridge. Then another one gate, blocks half of the road, lowers on the closer side. Then one lowers on the far side. So now the road is blocked by one gate, it's 1.5 on either side. Then another one raises on the closer side, I mean goes down, and then another one on the far side. That is 5 gates lowering, one at a time. You know, 2 together, and then 4 individually, plus the red lights. All the lights turn red. I actually got there to the gate after the lights had already turned red. Some lights flashing. About a minute later, they start to lower the drawbridge a fucking millimeter at a time. I mean, raise. What's with me? I can't talk. I can't get up and down straight. God damn it. Why can I not get up and down straight? I mean, I got in and out straight. Just ask your mom. So, this thing just takes a really long time to raise, and it's not, you know, it's not 2 portions of the bridge raising, you know, they meet in the middle. It's just one, it lifts up, and the open end is towards us. And we're sitting there waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and this boat, I think it was a police cruiser, creeps through, and stops just as it passes the bridge, and waits there. And the bridge stays up, and it 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 f***ing stays the f*** up for f***ing 10 f***ing minutes! What is the point of that? Is there any point to that? I don't think there is. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And finally they start lowering the bridge, and they're 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 lowering and lowering and lowering and lowering, and then it stops! It stops 3 feet from the f***ing ground! And they lower those last 3 feet in. Tiny, tiny, tiny little bits at a time. And then finally, the bridge is closed again. And some lights flash. And 1/2 gate raises on the closer side. Then 1/2 on the far side. Then 1/2 on the close side. Then 1/2 on the far side. Then finally, the last 2 gates come up, and now the road is clear. But the lights are still red, and the lights are red, and the lights are red, and the f***ing lights are red. Finally, the f***ing light changes green, and I f***ing floor it, and we go f***ing through, across the drawbridge, and slam face first into a f***ing truck. Okay, that didn't really happen. But you get the point. Why would it take so long for this f***ing bridge to finish f***ing doing what it had to f***ing do? I'm cursing a lot more in this show lately. I mean, is it necessary for all those gates and red lights and more gates and lowering them and raising them one at a time? The way I figure, if you see that a drawbridge is about to open and the first gate didn't stop you, the second one isn't going to stop you, and the red light sure as f*** isn't going to stop you. If you're dumb enough to drive into a gap and land in the water, hey, now I heard a story that on this bridge a long time ago, somebody was of increasing importance, a young kid, I think it was the NBA or something, or an NBA hopeful, and he's driving, and it's late at night, and he's driving really fast, and it's fog, and he didn't realize the bridge was open, and he drove into the water, and that was the end of it. Well, that's why they have gates, okay? But one gate, like I said, if the first gate isn't going to stop you, why would the second one stop you? It's not a matter of, these gates weren't big enough to actually physically stop a moving vehicle. I mean, if you're going to drive through one gate, I mean, well, I have a daily limit. I only drive through one gate a day. Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to stop you? And even if it was, the gates are 3 feet apart, if not less. You're not going to be able to stop in time. You go through the first gate, you'll slam on the brakes, and then you won't be able to stop, and you'll go through the second gate. And now your day will be all oh man, I overshot my daily limit. I'm so disappointed in myself. I have to go to confession. Bless me, Father, I have sinned. I drove through a f***ing gate and I couldn't stop before I got to the second one that was keeping me from driving into an open f***ing drawbridge. However shall I be forgiven? Red lights, gates, more gates, lowering slowly, one at a time. Hey, that one's moving now, that one's lowering. Oh, I thought they were just joking with these first 3, but hey, I guess they're serious now because they're lowering another gate. They must really want me to not drive into an open drawbridge. Of course, I don't know why they care. If I'm stupid enough to do that, I deserve it! Hey there, see? Told you it was almost time for night vision. Look, all I'm saying is, why would it take so long for this drawbridge to raise and go back down and let us go through? If you have places to be, Ray said to me, if we were in a getaway car, we'd be in trouble. In which case, you know, I just would have driven over the divider and turned around. But not that I'd ever drive a getaway car. Like I said, it's a fast-paced world. Nobody has time for anything anymore. You don't have time to your wife, take a shit, and make a phone call. You have to have the phone at your ear, your wife in your lap when you're sitting on the toilet. So why would anybody have time to wait for a f***ing drawbridge that long? I understand you have to wait a minute or two for the thing to go up, the boat to go through. Why does it have to go so goddamn slow? Why is it necessary for the bridge to be down for a few minutes before they start raising the gates? God. I understand that they can't just slam the thing back down, it'll break. They have to lower it slowly and ease it in those last couple of inches, not those last couple of feet. There's no reason to wait 5 minutes between the closing of the gates and the raising of the bridge, and another 5 minutes between the lowering of the bridge and the raising of the gates. There's no reason for that at all. So why is it happening? But at the very least, if that's the way they're going to have it, if that's the way the United Bridge Association of annoying people in the world insists on having their bridges, the same way they made that f***ing narrow bridge, you know, the one I talked about in that other episode, if that's the way they have to have things, then may I suggest they change one thing. The gate raised so that the open end of it, you know, it's up diagonally, the open end of it was facing. I say have the open end face away from oncoming traffic. So this way, if you think you can make the jump, you can try. I think I could have made the jump. Might be a little bumpy, and you never know. You might not make the jump. Furthermore, once the bridge is up all the way, there's a highway above it. You might just go straight into the bottom of that highway. Wouldn't it be funny if you're driving on an elevated highway, all of a sudden a car comes right through the f***ing ground in front of you? That'd be interesting. That'd be something to mark on your calendar, provided you were still alive to do it. Look, bridge people, just stop wasting my time, okay? That's all I ask. I really, really hate having my time wasted, so just make that bridge move a little faster, because if you don't, I'm gonna have to find and kill every single last one of you. And I just don't have time to do that right now. It's Monday night. When I get home after I eat, I need to post a new episode of Road Rants, working on a mix for NYPD, and I got plenty of other shit to do, okay? You know, I just don't have time tonight to go and kill everybody that ever had anything to do with building a bridge or raising a drawbridge, doing anything like that tonight. I don't have time to do it tonight, so just please, just hurry the f*** up with the drawbridges, will you? Yeah. Road Rants, people. I'll see you later.